từ buổi sáng.
Thôi mày lấy cái máy đấy ở đằng kia.
Cái gì?
Vòng quanh cái này không à?
Ai biết?
Con nó bảo mổ đây. Kia có đội giấy mà lấy vào. Đi vào đây, thấy không?
Blackheads usually start when pores become clogged with excess oil and dead skin cells. So prevention works best when skincare stays gentle, regular, and simple rather than harsh, aggressive, or constantly changing. Wash acne-prone skin no more than twice a day, and also after heavy sweating with a mild cleanser and lukewarm water, because frequent washing, rough scrubbing, and irritating products can make acne seem worse instead of better. Do not try to squeeze, scrape, or clean out blackheads at home, because that can worsen inflammation and may increase the risk of marks or scarring. Choose oil-free or non-comedogenic skincare, sunscreen, and makeup when possible. Remove makeup before bed and keep oily hair products away from the face. Over-the-counter ingredients such as salicylic acid can help unclog pores, adapalene can help prevent clogged pores, and benzoyl peroxide can support acne treatment, but these products may cause dryness or irritation at first, so it makes sense to start slowly, use a light moisturizer if needed, and give the routine several weeks before judging the results. If acne becomes painful, widespread, scar-forming, or does not improve after a reasonable trial of self-care, seeing a dermatologist is sensible. And now the evening can belong to something lighter, because in a retirement community outside Savannah, where the magnolias were dramatic and the residents were even more so, there lived a 79-year-old widow named Alma Ruth Pickett, who had reached the age where she no longer believed in small misunderstandings. In Alma's opinion, there were no small misunderstandings in a building full of retired Americans. There were only minor incidents that had not yet reached the potluck. Alma lived on the second floor of Pecan Grove Lodge, a cream-colored building with wide halls, a lobby that smelled faintly of lemon polish and old books, and a community room where every folding chair had witnessed at least one overreaction. Alma's late husband, Gene, had been a sweet, practical man who repaired lamps, grilled pork chops, and believed every thermostat in the United States was set 3 degrees too low by people with poor circulation and worse judgment. After Gene died, Alma kept many of his habits. She still folded bath towels the way he liked. She still kept peppermints in a blue dish by the door, and every single night before bed, she still checked the thermostat twice, because loving someone for 46 years leaves little invisible routines tucked into your hands long after it stops leaving their coat on the chair. Pecan Grove Lodge was populated by the sort of retirees who had survived wars, layoffs, surgeries, marriages, funerals, grandchildren, inflation, casseroles, and cable companies, and therefore had very little patience left for nonsense unless they were the ones creating it. Alma's closest friends there were Darlene Bishop, 73, retired dental receptionist, owner of a giant floral handbag and a voice that could cut through weak drywall, and Milton Crow, 82, former appliance salesman, amateur crossword tyrant, and a man who trusted hard candy, weather radio, and his own common sense more than he trusted apps, consultants, or anyone who used the phrase user-friendly about a machine with a screen. Every Tuesday morning, the three met in the community room for coffee, toast, and a rotating amount of scandal. On the Tuesday this story truly began, Alma walked in carrying her mug and found 23 residents facing the front desk with the dead-eyed look of people whose morning had already been rearranged by incompetence. Behind the desk stood Tiffany, the new building manager, age 27, eager, sincere, underqualified, and smiling with the dangerous brightness of someone who still believed printed flyers solved things. She held a stack of orange papers and said, "Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited to introduce our new Smart Climate Initiative." Alma stopped in the doorway the way deer stop when they hear something shaped like trouble. Darlene muttered, "Nobody who says Smart Climate Initiative should be trusted with a stapler." Tiffany continued, "We are upgrading every thermostat in the building to a centralized digital system that will improve comfort, efficiency, and community consistency." The room became very quiet. If you have never seen 60 to 85-year-olds become silent in perfect unison, you may not understand how threatening that silence can be. It is the silence of people who have paid mortgages and buried relatives and are fully prepared to turn a pamphlet into a cross-examination. Milton leaned toward Alma and whispered, "Community consistency is how freedom dies." Then Tiffany smiled wider and delivered the sentence that started the war. "And I'm very happy to say that our resident temperature liaison will be Alma Pickett." Alma blinked once. Darlene blinked twice. Somewhere in the back, a cane hit the floor. "My what?" Alma asked. Tiffany beamed. "Your resident temperature liaison role. You'll help collect feedback, answer questions, and represent building comfort concerns." Alma stared. "No." Tiffany laughed the tragic laugh of young people who think older people are joking. "Your name was on the volunteer form. I did not volunteer." "Oh." Tiffany looked down at her clipboard. "Well, it says A. Pickett, apartment 214. Alma took one long breath through her nose. "That is me. I signed up for the potluck chicken committee. I wrote A. Pickett, 214, warm dish." Milton closed his eyes. Darlene slapped the table. She thought warm dish meant thermostat liaison. By noon, the entire building knew. That is how retirement communities function. Information there does not travel. It teleports. By lunch, 3 widowers on the 3rd floor had asked Alma whether 72 was a reasonable peacetime number. Mrs. Finnegan in 118 wanted her to know she preferred dry heat, like Arizona, not this damp foolishness. A former choir director named Paul wanted assurance that no one would weaponize air conditioning out of spite. Alma kept saying the same thing. "I am not the temperature lady, But once a senior building decides you are the temperature lady, truth becomes little more than background music. The installers arrived Thursday. They wore matching polo shirts, spoke in alarming optimism, and carried boxes full of glossy white thermostats that looked too clean to be trustworthy. By 4 o'clock, the old knobs were gone. In their place were bright little screens with up and down arrows, menu icons, and a lock symbol that no one liked on site. "Why does it have a lock?" demanded Mrs. Finnegan. "Can it lock me out of my own heat?" "No, ma'am," said the installer, which everyone immediately interpreted as a probable yes. That first evening, the building temperature began drifting, not failing exactly. Drifting, apartment 302 became a respectable cool. Apartment 105 turned into an over-enthusiastic greenhouse. The second-floor hallway settled into what Milton called refrigerated suspicion. At 8:17 p.m., Alma's phone rang. It was Doris from 307. "I know you're the liaison." "I'm not." "Well, I'm wrapped in a blanket and my begonias are in emotional distress." At 8:31 p.m., Mr. Hanley from 121 called to say his apartment felt politically warm. At 8:42 p.m., somebody slid a handwritten note under Alma's door that simply said, "Too much blowing." By Friday morning, she had 7 voicemails, 3 sticky notes, and 1 fully typed complaint letter from a retired paralegal who had cited 2 building policies and 1 constitutional principle. The community room filled early. Residents gathered with the focused irritation of people who had slept badly and blamed technology, which, to be fair, was often correct. Tiffany stood near the coffee urn, explaining that the new system required calibration time. "How much time?" asked Darlene. "A few days." "That is not a number," said Milton. Mrs. Finnegan, wrapped in a lavender shawl, pointed one trembling finger toward Alma and said, "Well, what is the liaison doing about it?" Alma set down her mug. "First, I am not the liaison. Second, if I were, I would start by turning off every adjective in this building, and then I would find the thermostat person and make him explain why apartment 118 feels like an Easter ham." The room, to her irritation, laughed and then immediately decided that because she sounded capable, she was even more definitely the liaison. That afternoon, Tiffany asked if Alma would temporarily help bridge resident communication. Alma said no. Tiffany nodded sympathetically and said, "I understand completely," then sent a building-wide email 30 minutes later that read, "Please continue sharing comfort concerns with Alma while we finalize calibration." Alma did not know this until Mr. Hanley appeared at her door holding a thermometer, 2 sweaters, and the expression of a man whose ancestors had crossed mountains for less. "I log my living room every hour," he said. "Would you like the chart in Fahrenheit or outrage?" By Saturday, factions had formed. This happens quickly with retirees because they have the free time and organizational memory to factionalize efficiently. There were the cool heads, who believed fresh air was morally cleansing. There were the warm hearts, who maintained that anyone wanting it below 74 had never truly loved another human being. There were the neutrals, who said they only wanted balance but were lying. Milton joined the cool heads on principle but objected to their lack of coherent pamphlets. Darlene joined nobody and instead took up the role of commentator, which was more dangerous. Alma found herself in the middle, not because she wanted leadership, but because leadership had mistaken her for available. Soon, people were cornering her in the mailroom, the laundry room, the elevator, and once, unforgettably, beside the pudding cups at lunch. "Alma," whispered one widow, "I can't prove it, but I think 209 is sneaking into the hall thermostat closet after dark." There is no hall thermostat closet. That's what they want you to think. The first public explosion occurred Monday night at Bingo, apartment 105, home of Mrs. Delacroix and her 6 African violets, had been 80 degrees since noon. Apartment 302, occupied by a retired Air Force colonel who slept like a refrigerated cod, had sunk to 66. Both parties arrived at Bingo ready for institutional violence. When Mrs. Delacroix muttered that some people mistook chill for character. The colonel replied that humidity was a sign of spiritual surrender. Someone gasped. Someone else said, "Not at bingo," Darlene whispered to Alma.